Hey everybody, I thought today that we would look at our CC Libraries panel in our Adobe Illustrator, and this can also be used in Adobe Muse. But I thought we would set it all up and then we can show you how we can transfer over to using this in our other softwares as well through Adobe. So first of all, to find this Libraries panel, you'll need to go up to your window and check the Libraries button. On Adobe Muse, it will say CC Libraries. So that will be something you'll have to look at differently on that software. So first off, you can see the things that we keep inside here. You're going to have your colors, your text, any text boxes that you wanted to add, your character styles, and your graphics. So these are really nice to keep on hand when you're working for a specific project and you want to use the same color schemes, the same fonts, the same layouts as you would on the brochure as well as on the website, or is the same on the brochure as you would a business card. So you keep those things instead of having to remake your color swatches every time, or dragging in an old Illustrator file and copy and pasting into a new one just to keep the same elements. You have them all in one spot, super accessible. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to add a color. So you can either select a box you already have, or you can make a new box and select a color from a picture, and then that's the color that you want. However you want to make it, have the color somewhere on your screen in some sort of a graphic instead of an image, because the image will have several colors. So once you have your graphic box here, you go down to your plus sign, and it will give you the option of adding the fill color or the graphic. The difference is if you just want to save the color, you'll hit this button. If you want to save the graphic, you will actually save a picture of that rectangle I just made in that color. So if you want to use that rectangle on several different projects, then you can. For this sake, we're just going to add in the fill color. So you'll see that it goes right into your color schemes right here. Now, once you've got all your colors lined up where you want, this will be the same project, so you can go ahead and name your different projects. So then you have all of your stuff in each corresponding project. So then you probably use different color schemes for each one. So now that you've got all of your colors here, you'll click on this one. You'll hold your shift button down, and then you'll click on that so it selects all of your colors here. Then you'll go over to your swatches panel. If you don't have your swatches panel up, you go over to Windows, and then you'll scroll down to swatches and make sure that that's checked. It should pull up over here in your control panel. And you'll hit these three little buttons, and you'll add selected colors. Oh, and it only added the one. So another way to do it is you can drag, let me see here. Oh, here we go, right click, add color to swatches. So see, it adds them all. There you go, so that's how we do it. So you'll add all of those colors and then you can deselect. So now those are part of your swatches. What's nice about having them in your swatches and not just down here is that when you go to add strokes, it only pulls up the colors that are in your swatches, not in your library. Fill colors are a little bit easier to navigate because you can just click on it and then click on one of these and it'll change the color. But you can't just click on it and then they assume that you know that that's what you want your stroke to be. So you can click over here and now you've got it in your stroke panel. So now you can have both those colors right away. So that's one of the benefits of having your color scheme in your swatches and also having your color scheme readily available, because you can bump over here into this project and then say we wanted to change something like this, and then bam, you can just switch the color super easy. So that is how you add colors. The next item is text. So if you drag and drop it, you'll be able to see this is not edit. You can edit your text here. So if you have, say, this paragraph you're going to be using on your brochure, a flyer, and your website, you can just drag and drop it, and it's right here. You can copy and paste it into whatever you're working on. So there's a nice little cheat sheet, and it'll save all of your font styles on how you did it, your kerning, your color, everything like that will be right there. So you can see that this has a different font style. But if you're going to be using the same wording throughout your projects, it's good to have it in there. Another thing is your character styles. So if you drag and drop it, you can see nothing really happens. However, if you have a text that you are going to be wanting to match one of these layouts, you can go ahead and click on it. And it will match that text formatting that you've got over here in your character style. So you can see that it changed that bottom font to match the top font because that's what that character style was. So if you are using the same fonts and you have it to where it's set on different things, like you have it spaced out more on your tracking, you can up it like this. And you don't want to go through every time you make a new box and adjust all of that. So you'd have to go over here to 23, then you'd have to change your font to 23, and then you'd have to add the bold italic. Instead, you can just have it, do it once and then hit your add button, and you're going to add your character style. So now it's saving it for you here. So that's really nice to have. The next thing is your graphics. So these are images that you want to use throughout different projects. So you can click and drag and drop, and it will go right in there. And then you can see all the things that you can do. Now you can do that with images, you can do that with text, and it will make it into artwork for you. So you can see that this is not editable text, it's just made it into a picture. So with text, you're going to want to add it like this instead, where you add in the text information instead of it as a picture into your graphics. You can also do it with several images. You can select a whole page and add it if you wanted. So say you wanted this whole thing, you can drag and drop it, and see now you can add that anywhere to where those images. So it won't save the whole artboard, but it will save all of your graphics inside of that into one image. So there's a couple benefits there as well. We're going to switch over now into Adobe Muse, and you can see we still have all of these same things. We've got the color that we've added. This actually doesn't match, so I'm going to delete it. And then now we're at Adobe Muse, and I want to add maybe a page divider or something like that. So we'll make it right here, and I want it in this navy color. So then you can see we can just add anything we want between softwares. There we go. There we go. And then bam, you have your content right there. So it's really helpful to have the CC panel. I wish they would have come out with it earlier when I was really focusing on logos and everything like that, and then you want to remember what fonts you used. If you've changed it into outlines, you don't always have that. When you make a logo, you don't always save the text in a text format, so then you have to go back and figure out what font you used or make a note of it somewhere. CC Libraries allows you to save all of that data in one spot, so then if you want to make adjustments or color changes or use that same information on a different project, then you have it readily available. Same with logos, you can pull in a logo right here. Another nice thing is you don't have to pull it from the software. So if you have an image from Adobe stock, you can add it. If you've downloaded it onto your computer, you can drag and drop it right here, and it will go right into your artwork panel. So then you have that image readily available. You can also go onto Adobe stock and you can add, let's see, go over here. So you can add different images from Adobe stock onto your CC libraries. So you can save the preview in one of these. So say we were just going to add it into one of our random ones. We'd add it in to DBY, and then I should be able to, in theory, pull it up right here into my DBY. Once I license it, it will come up without the watermarks. But see, this is just the preview, so you're going to see that Adobe stock watermark on there. If you license it, you can license it and save it into this DBY, folder, and you'll have that readily available. So it's nice if you are getting stock images, especially for websites, to be able to pull right in. So that is the beginning guide to being able to use Adobe Stock with your CC libraries and getting all of your information in one spot for all of your projects. It's a wonderful tool, and I definitely recommend playing around with it.